Hey guys, welcome back to Vinceville Custom. So today I'm sharing with you another Savage Land Rogue from DXA Designs, but this time this Rogue I was actually able to have a lot more fun with it. The person I was working on for, I asked them if they wanted to go a dirty version, and they said yeah, let's dirty her up. So this is a little bit different from the past ones I've done, which was, I have to say, a lot of fun. It's nice to change up, you know, paint styles for a change. We'll kind of get in a little bit closer. It's a great kit. They did a really great job. It was sculpted by Sheridan Deuce, and really not that complex until you get up to around the hair. The base, a little bit tricky because some of the detailing in the base, you really don't know what's what, so you got to kind of come up with your own little ideas here and there. But since this is, I think, like the 6th or 7th one I painted up. Wait, no, I did 2, 3. So I think this is like the 6th one or the 5th. I can't remember. But really great kit, so let's get a little bit closer, and I'll pretty much show you what I did with basically making her dirty. I figured, you know, since Savage Land Rogue is, you know, in the, you know, the jungle basically, she's not going to look really clean, so the person I did it for, which I've done a lot of work for in the past, I said, you know, are you up for, you know, making her dirty, maybe giving her a couple scrapes here and there? And he was like, yeah, let's just do your thing. So he let me kind of do what I wanted to do, and you could pretty much see. So, you know, anytime there was bandages around her legs and stuff, I figured instead of just having random bandages around her legs, maybe those bandages are to hide cuts or scrapes, you know. Yes, I know Rogue is, you know, vulnerable, and she's, you know, she's got all these mutant powers, but, you know, it's a kid, it's one of a kind. There's only so many kits out there, so you figure for this one we had a lot more fun and we did stuff. So, you know, after I did my regular paint up, you know, making a nice good clean skin and a nice outfit, I just went in there and I just kind of put a lot of dirt around the body. I did a lot of little blood stains here and there, especially the lower end of the body around the boots, well, her feet, I call it little booties. You know, I did a lot of bit of dirtiness up in there, as you can see. So you figure if she's walking around in mud and stuff, that's not going to be clean, so I, you know, did that. You can see over here, a little bit of a blood coming out with here, a little bit over there. You pretty much see up around this leg as well. And, you know, what I did is, one of the things I looked on online was Laura Croft, from Tomb Raider. Some of the video game stuff, she always had, like, this dirt stuff on her, so I was kind of trying to follow that. I did a lot of, you know, like, random, just, you know, looking at people that would be dirty in, you know, jungle, wood, stuff like that. So you could kind of see what I ran with. That was a lot of fun. It was a nice change of pace. You know, I always like to have freedom on some of these kits that I do for people when they say just do your thing. So I think it just adds a little bit more with the blood, some scrapes. One of the other things too is you can see it with the spear. We added blood coming down from it. So that's a epoxy, two-part epoxy that you mix with some like a Tamiya clear red. It's a little bit tricky to get it on there, and I wanted to make sure I put it on where the spear is at an angle. So I just didn't want to put epoxy on there and just let it dry in any old direction. Since the spear is coming up in this direction, I figured this blood would be kind of dripping around over here. Add a little bit of splatter onto it as well. You can kind of see. But overall, just had a lot of fun with the kit. Just making her look dirty. Just a nice change of pace. You know, because of doing this kit in this style and this way, it's given me some ideas for some future items that I might, you know, try to do. So, just running with it, having fun. And the base, you know, I did videos in the past on how I do bases like this. So, just sit down, take your time, and just keep adding colors and washes, and just bringing out stuff. You know, the flower, which is like kind of like a throwback to like Magneto in a way. Kind of his colors in there. And that's pretty much straightforward. I mean, you can look at my other videos too I've done about her, and just kind of ran with it. Really great sculpt. It's always nice to see a change of pace of like females that got a little bit more muscle tone. It's nice to kind of give one, you know, this one rogue out of all the ones that are out there, maybe just kind of a little bit of a battle sense to her, like she's actually in the jungle doing some crazy stuff. And just kind of ran with it. And one of the things too about making a character dirty like this is errors kind of really, you know, go to your advantage. So if you kind of mess up on skin, or you kind of mess up in areas, it really helps out, where it just kind of like, okay, yeah, I planned that, you know. But I mean, when I was done with her, she was all super clean, perfect, like I do with a lot of my stuff. But then after that, I just kind of have fun. It's almost like in the sense that you got to destroy her. You know, you clean her up, you paint her up, and then you dirty her up. So it's kind of like, oh man, you just made a nice paint, and then you messed it all up. But you know, I did some washes. You could kind of see with some of these scratches here and there. Just keep building up some colors. And just a lot of fun. So I had a lot of fun with this one. Really not much to it. One of the hardest parts about the kit, like I said in my past videos, is the hair. Now, when you do this hair, the head goes on top of the body, and this piece kind of attaches in here. So you can't really paint these pieces separate. You actually have to attach this and attach that, paint it up, and then there's this piece of hair, this piece of hair, and this piece of hair are all separate. So what I found out was it's better to paint up the whole body, do all this stuff, and then add all these hair pieces, add these hair pieces after it's all painted up. Because, and then I kind of did some Abe's work, I let that cure, and then I painted that up afterwards. So you got to kind of do a couple steps. It's a little bit more of a difficult kit with the top part of the statue, but the bottom half is pretty much straightforward. Of course, adding these little teeth over here is pretty a little bit hard, because you got to kind of glue them in, and they kind of hang off, and then those teeth kind of sit on pretty well. The pouch is pretty straightforward. You paint it up and glue it in at the end. She is magnetized over in here, so you can kind of see this comes off with a peg, and then also this is pegged as well with a magnet, so it was easier to kind of paint all that up. So I always like to do these extra steps when I do kits. It's easier to break it down, and then also easier to ship it to somebody, and then if they ever have to move, they can break the figure down as well. And then she comes in and out of the base. She's 3 pegs. You got one peg in here with a rod. You got another peg underneath this foot. And then you got another peg here. And then this piece, instead of gluing this in, it is magnetized. So you can kind of see, just make sure that's magnetized. Because this would pretty much break off if you kind of try to glue it in and go from there. So, that is Savage Land Rogue, dirtied up version. So hopefully you guys like the way she came out. Like I said, it's a lot of fun just changing up the styles and paint ups. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with some more videos.